Welcome to the Deep Dive. Now, if you're learning English, or really any language,
Yeah.
you probably know this feeling. It's incredibly frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
You learn a great new word today, feel really good about it, and then tomorrow, blank, right when you need it.
It vanishes.
It feels like your memory's failing, or maybe it's just too much information coming at you.
But what our sources today suggest is it's probably not your memory. It's more likely the strategy.
Okay.
And that's what we're digging into. Our mission today really is to get past the usual tips. We want to pull out clear, practical things you can actually do.
Right.
Strategies from the research that help you bridge that gap, between just recognizing words.
Passive understanding.
Exactly, passive understanding.
Yeah.
And being able to actually use them confidently when you speak. That active ability.
So if you want those maybe more sophisticated words to just roll off the tongue naturally, without that hesitation.
This is for you. We're aiming to make that happen.
Okay, so we're going to look at why maybe those traditional methods, like trying to memorize long lists of words, why they often, set you up to forget.
Yeah, why they often backfire.
And we'll introduce something called the 5X method, which sounds interesting, for making words stick faster.
And how to actually get those words into your real conversations.
Great. Where do we start? The foundation.
Let's start there. The sources all agree. Vocabulary is fundamental. It's the building blocks.
Okay.
Grammar gives you the frame, the structure, sure. But the words, they give you the substance. Without enough words, expressing complex thoughts is, it's tough.
You can't really say what you mean.
Right. One source put it quite nicely, I thought. It said, knowing more words gives you more colors to paint your sentences.
I like that. More colors.
Leads to clearer, richer, just more powerful communication overall.
Okay, let's tackle that common failure you mentioned, the word list. Notebook open, maybe 50 words, definitions. We've all done it. Why does that method, which feels so studious, why does it so often fail when it comes to actually speaking?
Well, fundamentally, it fails because it lacks context.
Context.
Yeah. Our brains are wired to make connections, associations. You might force 50 words into your short-term memory doing that list thing.
For the test tomorrow?
Right. But the research shows you'll probably forget, like 40 of them within a day, maybe even sooner.
Wow, that high.
Yeah. Because the brain links language to meaning through actual situations, through feelings, through specific uses, not just abstract pairings of spelling and definition.
So it's like the brain needs a reason to hold on to it, a practical anchor.
That's a good way to put it, an anchor in reality. It needs weight utility.
Okay, give me an example, like the word delicious.
Okay, perfect. So instead of just writing delicious tastes very good, you need to experience it somehow, connect it.
Oh.
Learn it in a full sentence, something concrete like, wow, this cake is absolutely delicious. Or maybe, the soup smells surprisingly delicious.
So you're linking the word to the cake, the smell, the feeling.
Exactly. The sound, the spelling, maybe the satisfaction. That immediate relevance helps cut through the feeling of just being overloaded with information.
That makes sense. Which leads us, I think, to a really core idea in the sources. This difference between passive vocabulary and active vocabulary.
Crucial distinction.
I always thought vocabulary was just vocabulary. But the sources really zero in on this gap.
They do, and it's where many learners get stuck. Passive words are the ones you understand pretty easily when you read them, or maybe when you hear someone else use them.
Okay, I recognize it.
Right, active vocabulary. Those are the words you can actually pull out of your memory right when you need them, and use correctly and confidently when you speak or write.
And for lots of learners, especially if they've been learning a while, that passive list can get huge.
Oh, massive. Thousands of words. But the active list, the ones they actually use, much, much smaller.
So our mission is really about conversion, turning passive into active.
Precisely. It's about speaking vocabulary, not just reading vocabulary. If your struggle is using words in conversation, you have to practice speaking them right away.
Okay, so it's not just a mental thing, it's physical.
Very much so. The sources really emphasize this. To build that speaking confidence, you need to practice the physical act of saying the word immediately, repeatedly.
So if I learn, say, confident, don't just write it down.
No, say it out loud. Build that auditory feedback loop and also the physical muscle memory in your mouth.
Okay.
Try saying, I feel incredibly confident about this presentation. Or maybe, she handled the negotiations confidently. Actually, articulating it is key.
That physical act. And that repetition using different senses. That sounds like it leads into this 5X method you mentioned.
It does. This method is designed specifically to engage multiple senses and cement the word more effectively.
It sounds maybe a bit intensive. 5 steps for every word. If you're aiming for, say, 10 words a day, that's 50 little actions. Is there a risk of burnout, or does the payoff justify it?
The sources argue strongly that the payoff is immediate because it targets long-term memory directly, bypassing that quick decay we talked about.
Okay.
It's not just rote repetition, it's structured engagement, multimodal. It feels structured, yes, but it should actually be quite fast per word.
All right, lay out the 5 steps for us. This is where it gets practical.
Okay, here they are. Designed to hit sight, sound, writing, speaking. The whole circuit.
1.
1. Hear the word. Listen to the correct pronunciation. Use a reliable source.
2.
2. Read the word in a complete sentence. See it used naturally. Context.
3.
3. Write the word in your notebook. That physical act engages tactile memory.
4.
4. Say the word out loud. Practice the sound, the feel of it. Muscle memory again.
And 5, the crucial one.
5. Use the word in your own sentence. Make it personal. This is the real anchor.
That personalization part feels really important. The sources say you remember things much better if they connect to your life, right?
Yeah.
Your feelings, your experiences.
Infinitely better. It gives the word emotional weight, relevance. That's what makes it stick.
So not just a generic definition or example.
Exactly. Take the word schedule. Don't just learn what it means, make it about your schedule.
Like, my schedule is crazy busy this week.
Perfect. Or, I need to schedule that dentist appointment. Link it to your real life, your lived experience, and it becomes part of your readily available vocabulary. It's not abstract anymore.
Okay, so we've got this powerful 5X method for locking in individual words. But we also need to think about efficiency. Time is limited. How can we sort of scale this up, get more bang for our buck without doubling our study time?
Right, good question. The key here is leverage. And the sources point strongly towards learning word families and phrases.
Systems, not just single items.
Exactly. Think systems. Why learn one word when a little extra focus can give you 3 or 4 related ones?
Okay, so that's about maximizing the return on your learning effort. We had the example decide, verb, decision, noun, decisive, adjective. Simple enough. Could you give maybe a slightly more complex one?
Sure. Let's take achieve. You learn the verb to achieve. I want to achieve my goals.
Okay.
But right away, you also get the noun achievement. Getting that promotion was a huge achievement. And the adjective achievable. Is that target really achievable by Friday?
Ah, I see. And often those endings, those suffixes follow patterns.
They often do. Learning those common patterns like ion for nouns, I've, or able for adjectives is a massive shortcut in itself. It unlocks connections.
And what about learning phrases, not just word families? Learning chunks of language.
That's the other side of the efficiency coin. It directly boosts fluency because you're learning the way native speakers often think and speak in prefabricated chunks.
So your brain doesn't have to build every sentence from scratch, word by word.
Precisely. Instead of just learning the single word interested, learn the whole functional phrase. I'm interested in whatever it is. I'm interested in history. Or, she seems interested in the job.
These chunks, sometimes called collocations, they make speech flow more smoothly.
Absolutely. They reduce the processing load in real time, so you're boosting your active vocabulary and your fluency simultaneously.
Okay, speaking of fluency and flow.
Yeah.
Is there a technique we can use specifically to practice these new words or phrases while also improving pronunciation, rhythm, that sort of natural sound?
Yes, definitely. It's a technique called shadowing or imitation.
Shadowing, okay.
It's incredibly powerful, but sometimes overlooked. It basically synchronizes your brain, your ears, and your mouth.
How does it work exactly?
You listen to a native speaker say a sentence, maybe one that includes a word or phrase you're working on, and then immediately, like their shadow, you repeat it back.
Trying to copy everything.
Everything. The intonation, the stress patterns, the rhythm, the pauses. Fiercely focus on matching the sound and flow.
So if I just learned the phrase looking forward to, I'd find an audio clip of someone saying, maybe I'm really looking forward to the weekend.
Exactly. And you repeat it right after them, trying to sound just like them. I'm really looking forward to the weekend.
It sounds like it would build that physical memory in your mouth for speed and naturalness.
It does. It embeds the vocabulary within the natural rhythm of speech. It's active listening plus active speaking. Double the practice.
That makes sense. Okay, so we have these great learning techniques, But learning is one thing, keeping the knowledge is another. What about long-term retention?
Crucial final piece. And the mantra here, according to the sources, is review, don't cram.
Ditch the marathon study sessions before a test.
Pretty much. The science is very clear. Cramming leads to forgetting, trying to force 100 words in one go. Most will evaporate.
So what's the alternative?
Little and often. Consistent spaced review is vastly superior for moving information into long-term permanent memory.
Spaced repetition, I've heard of that.
That's the principle. You review a new word today, then maybe again tomorrow, then in a few days, and the next week. That spacing tells your brain, hey, this is important, keep it accessible.
Are there tools for this?
Absolutely. Apps like Anki or Quizlet are built on this principle. Or simple physical flashcards work just fine if you have a system for reviewing them at increasing intervals.
So consistency is key for making it stick for life.
Absolutely. But even with perfect spaced review, there's one final vital step.
Let me guess. Using it.
Using it. All the learning, all the reviewing, it prepares you. But the ultimate way to lock vocabulary into your active, ready-to-use toolbox is to actually use it. In conversation.
Real or simulated?
Both work. Application is non-negotiable if you want mastery. If you have a language partner or a teacher, great. Use the new words with them.
And if not?
You still have to practice producing the language. Talk to yourself. Seriously.
Like narrate my day.
Yeah. Describe what you're doing while you cook dinner. Explain your plans for the weekend to your reflection in the mirror. Record yourself talking about a topic using your new words.
The key is actually retrieving the word and forming the sentence.
Yes. Production, retrieving it on demand, under pressure, even if the only pressure is you listening back to yourself. That's what makes it truly active.
Let's tie that to an example, like the word opportunity.
Okay. Knowing the definition of opportunity, that's passive.
Right.
Forcing yourself to use it in a sentence like, this new project is a fantastic opportunity, or asking someone, what opportunities do you see here? That makes it active.
Or achievement. Knowing it versus saying,
my biggest achievement this year was improving my pronunciation. Producing that sentence locks it in.
So wrapping this up, it's a combination of things.
It really is. Learn in context, always. Personalize the words. Use smart repetition that engages multiple senses, like that 5X method. Leverage word families and phrases for efficiency. Practice pronunciation with shadowing. Review consistently. And crucially,
use it, speak it.
Speak it. That whole process stops that frustrating cycle of learn, forget, learn, forget. It builds real, usable vocabulary and confidence.
We've definitely seen why just writing a word down, well, isn't nearly enough if you actually want to say it. The goal, it seems, is to make retrieval automatic. You need to
speak it, live it, make it yours.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe a final thought to leave our listeners with.
Go for it.
Okay, think about this. You probably already understand, passively, maybe thousands of English words. So the provocative question is, what's the absolute fastest way today you could take just 5 of those words you already know?
I don't use.
Right, 5 words you understand but never say. What's the fastest way to activate them using these techniques? And then the challenge, what specific real-life conversation, even if it's just talking to yourself out loud, will you deliberately use those 5 words in this week?